Good afternoon, friends. This video is focusing on interest on delayed payment of GST. There are many queries. We are going to resolve all the queries at one go in this capsule. Let's say you are having a 1 lakh rupees liability for a particular month, say January, and you got 80,000 rupees lying in your e-credit ledger. The first question will come, you will pay only net tax liability of 20,000 rupees. So interest which is applicable on delayed payment of GST is applicable on gross tax which is 1 lakh rupees or net tax which is 20,000 rupees. Section 50 subsection 1 of CGST Act read with Rule 88B, which got notified by notification number 14/2022 Central Tax dated 5th July 2022 but retrospectively from July 1, 2017. The provision is you need to pay interest, that too at the rate of 18% per annum, to be calculated on daily basis. The delay period from due date of payment till the date of payment on daily basis calculation need to be done on net tax liability. So only on 20,000 rupees. Now this is applicable only when no proceedings has been initiated under section 73 non-fraud case, under section 74 fraud case. Simple. For any tax period, which I said January, if you could not file your GSTR 3B and you're filing, let's say, in June month, then there is delay because 20th February is the due date for filing and payment of your tax by GSTR 3B for the month of January. But let's say you are filing sometime in the month of June, then you need to pay interest on net tax liability at the rate of 18% per annum to be calculated on daily basis, provided no proceedings under section 73 or 74. So this is the first provision which you must keep to your mind. Second, let's say you have filed your January 3B, but you missed out certain transaction of outward supply. You did not show the same in the month of January GSTR 3B. Now you are filing 3B for the month of, let's say, June, and then including the transaction of January which was missed, जो आपने दिखाया ही नहीं था, आप भूल गए थे. Now you are showing in the month of June GSTR 3B. Then Rule 88B sub Rule 2 is clearly saying interest is leviable on gross tax. So if I take the same example, that let's say liability is 1 lakh rupees and you're having a credit balance lying in your ledger, let's say 80,000 rupees. But this particular transaction you missed while filing your January GSTR 3B. So normally you have filed your January 3B, but this one transaction or let's say multiple transaction you missed in showing January GSTR 3B. Then the repercussion would be interest going to be leviable on gross tax. then you will not be given benefit of credit lying in your e-credit ledger. So you have to be careful about, and rate of interest continue to be 18% per annum, calculated on daily basis from due date of payment of tax till actual date of payment of tax. Now coming to the third component of interest. What happens if credit is wrongly availed but not utilized? Whether interest is leviable, this question comes to everyone's mind, right? मैंने क्रेडिट गलत ले लिया पर मैंने यूटिलाइज नहीं किया, तो क्या इंटरेस्ट लगेगा? आंसर इज बिग नो, नहीं लगेगा. Wrongly availed but not utilized, you are reversing now this wrongly availed credit, no interest, and that too from retrospective date July 1, 2017. And here section 50 subsection 3 read with rule 88B sub rule 3 is important. But what happened? You have wrongly availed credit, let's say in IGST, and you have utilized also. And utilization may happen because we have got order of utilization. So IGST credit first need to be exhausted. So with this provision, you have utilized your IGST credit which was wrongly availed. But you are having sufficient balance lying in CGST e-credit ledger or SGST e-credit ledger. So what to be done? Interest is leviable because wrongly availed and utilized. Normal provision, if you have wrongly availed and utilized the credit, then interest is leviable at the rate of 18% per annum, and that to be calculated on daily basis. So wrongly availed and utilized. But give an example like IGST credit wrongly availed and utilized because of order of utilization, but you are having sufficient balance in your CGST credit ledger and SGST credit ledger, then you need not require to pay interest. Meaning thereby the sum total of IGST e-credit ledger, CGST e-credit ledger, SGST e-credit ledger is over and above the amount of utilized credit which was wrongly availed, then no interest. And it is being clarified by circular number 192 dated 17th of July 23. So this is clear from interest perspective. Now coming back, when we file our refund application under section 54 for zero rated supply, and there is a 60 days time period is being prescribed for the proper officer to grant a refund to the taxpayer, taxable person. What happens if he is not refunding within 60 days? Law provision as per section 56 read with notification number 13/2017 Central Tax dated 20th June 2017, and this notification is important for the rate of interest. You can check this notification. Then if there is a delay for granting refund after 60 days time period, so beyond 60 days any delay, department must grant you the interest for any delay over and above 60 days. And this rate would be 6% per annum. Disparity. From taxpayer, they are demanding 18% on delayed payment. On refund, they are giving 6%. One of the matter of representation, we must be treated at par, equality, right? But that is what, 6%. One or two more point. Let's say you have paid the taxes, but you haven't paid the interest. Whether department can recover this interest under section 79 of CGST Act without issuance of so-called notice under section 73 or 74. आपने टैक्स दे दिया, इंटरेस्ट नहीं पे किया. Whether department can recover this amount, this is the big question, and that too without issuance of so-called notice, either under section 73 or 74. Answer is, they cannot, I'm using the term cannot, and there is subtle jurisprudence coming out from different high court. They can't. They have to issue a so-called notice for determining this interest amount, and then they have to pass the order. Only after passing the order, if it is not being paid within 3 months, then only recovery proceedings. Otherwise, they can't recover without issuance of so-called notice. Interest component I'm referring to. On interest for the refund, the big question, I have recently, done one poll on my Twitter account. Are you there with me on Twitter? I have asked this question from each of business perspective. Whether we are getting refund on time within 60 days, which is prescribed, otherwise interest at the rate of 6% per annum. Are we getting, believe me, the poll result is showing only 40% had said they are getting refund within 60 days time period. Otherwise 60% have said they are not getting refund within 60 days time period. And some of the point which is being raised that we get deficiency memo one after another for either or region, and our refund is being delayed for either or region. We are not getting refund on time. And second, interest rate disparity. When we compare on delayed payment of tax by the taxable person, registered person, and when this refund is being granted by the GST department. Hope this video will help you to have a grasp on different provision pertaining to interest under GST law. Stay tuned, lot many. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.